It's been a spectacular 2025 when you have to look at India women's football. The Blue Tigresses, that's what their name is, the senior team have made it to the AFC Asian Cup after a gap of 22 years. The junior team has also made it to the AFC Asian Cup after 20 years. But now there is a realistic aim of the most coveted spot in the world of football, the FIFA Women's World Cup. And believe it or not, by qualifying for the AFC Asian Cup, India are one step closer to realizing what the men's football team could never ever do, a chance to qualify for the World Cup, a FIFA World Cup. Now, how is this going to happen? And why the AFC Asian Cup qualification was so important for the women's team? So, just a backdrop. They qualified for the AFC Asian Cup after a gap of 22 years by beating Thailand. But this is the problem. In that group where they have Japan, who are world rank number 7, Vietnam, who are world rank number 37, and Chinese Taipei, world rank number 42. India, even if you compare it with the lowest in that group, Chinese Taipei, they are 28 places lower. They are at number 70. Which is why being in this group now means that India have a monumental task to ensure they secure qualification. Now, how does the format of the AFC Asian Cup work? There are 12 teams in 3 groups of 4. Now, top 2 from each group qualify into the quarterfinals. So that means top 2 from each group, 3 groups into 2, 6, followed by the 2 best third place teams. So that is why making it to the quarterfinal is only one step. If the India women's football team win the semi-final, if they win the quarterfinal, best case scenario, if they win the quarterfinal and they reach the semi-final of the AFC Asian Cup, history will be created. They will directly qualify for the FIFA Women's World Cup. So essentially, when you look at it, India have to do well in 4 matches. 4 matches, 3 league, 1 quarterfinal. They reach the semi-final, they will ensure that they have qualified for the FIFA Women's World Cup. You're just 4 games away. Imagine you're that close to history, but it won't be easy. Now, supposing you don't reach the semi-final and you lose in the quarterfinal, there is still a ray of hope. If you lose in the quarterfinals, then all the 4 losers play a playoff round and top 2 reach the FIFA World Cup. That is how significant this is. So for India, the bare minimum in the AFC Asian Cup is at least reach the quarterfinals. That's the bare minimum that they have to do. If they can't do it, then their chances of FIFA World Cup qualification are all but over. But then what happens? Supposing if they lose the quarterfinals and they don't win, what happens then? If they lose the playoffs, supposing if they reach the quarterfinals, they have lost even the quarterfinal, they have lost the playoff, then what do they do? India then goes through via the final shot via inter-confederation playoff. Now remember, when there is World Cup qualification at stake, federations will clash against each other. For example, Asia will clash with Oceania most likely. Or Asia will clash with Africa. Oceania will clash with CONCACAF, with CONMEBOL. So basically this is what they'll have to do. If they lose the playoff, one final shot via inter-confederation playoff. 10 teams compete in 3 groups. Each group winner will secure the World Cup spot. This is a very complicated procedure because in those 10 teams, they will compete in 3 groups. There will be teams from CONCACAF, there will be teams from CONMEBOL, CAF, Oceania, all of them will be there. And that complicates the situation even further at this stage. So, India are basically 4 games away from doing what the men could never do, get into the FIFA World Cup. That's how close they are. But 2025 has given you some belief that yes, if the women can do it, they did show it in the qualifiers, they did ensure that they got through. against teams that were much better than them. So that is why India women's team, all eyes will be on the AFC Asian Cup. 4 games. That's it. They win quarterfinal, history will be created, then they will reach the semi-final. One hopes that Indian football can do it. Otherwise, it will be yet another missed opportunity in the long list of missed opportunities that have been plaguing Indian football for decades on. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this video. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis.